Hello everyone, my name is Fred, and in this video, I'll tell you about my new FT patch generator that will change your approach to detailing fabrics, clothing, and other textures. This generator allows you to create unique patches, stickers, baits, and much more in just a few minutes, even using your custom images and alphas. And the convenient functionality helps control every action at all stages of work. Be sure to like this video because creating such stylized tools takes a lot of resources. And if you're here for the first time, don't forget to subscribe. For this video, I prepared several stylized models to demonstrate all the features of FT Patch. To showcase the main functions, patch generation, I'll use this stylized 3D model of a tent. By the way, I painted the tent fabric using the FT cloth generator. If you haven't seen the separate video about FT cloth, I recommend watching it on my channel because today's FT patch generator was developed as an addition to the cloth generator. I also painted the wooden parts using FT Smart material and put all the generators and layers in a separate folder so they won't distract you. Okay, I just drag FT patch onto our model, and as you can see, the patch is too big. To adjust the size and position of the patch, I use the basic UV transformation parameters in Substance Painter. A little later, I'll show a faster and simpler way to apply patches, but right now I want to focus on this option. Using tiling, I adjust the size of the patch, and with the offset settings, I set the position where I want to place the future patch. After I've set the desired position and size for our patch, I simply create a black mask with a paint layer and draw the mask where the desired patch is located. Sometimes a small artifact in the form of a mask border may appear, and to remove it, just enable the opacity channel in our generator and start working. I immediately want to clear the mask so it doesn't overlap other elements besides the fabric. And now let's move on to the generator analysis. We tried to optimize the number of parameters and leave only the most necessary ones so that you can conveniently and quickly make adjustments. At the top, we are greeted by the main parameters for generating the patch shape. With the basic color, you can create absolutely any color for your patch, which is very nice and will help add more color to your beautiful and stylized works. The next section allows you to choose the specifics of the shape, whether the patch will be a circle or a square, for further adjustment using the parameters. Try to draw the mask with a bit of a margin so that you don't have to worry about it later, like I do. Because further deformations can change the shape of the patch. I want to keep the round shape because it's more basic, and the first parameter, Shape Warp Intensity, allows you to set the intensity for further shape distortion. The next two parameters, Warp Scale and Warp Disorder, help you bend the shape of the circle or square so that it isn't so uniform, creating more organic and interesting variations of the patch shape. You can also turn off the stitches on your patch if you need to, using this button. The next two parameters, which are not placed in a section, are Mask Shrink and Mask Blur. They are responsible for the edge of the patch, allowing you to adjust the height, roughness, metallic channels, and smooth them if necessary. The default patch overlay looks very contrasting and breaks the overall stylized visual. Therefore, the next parameter, Main Mask Blur Intensity, helps add more contrast or smooth the edges of your patch. This way, the object will look more organic and natural. Essentially, it's a small shadow generation along the object's contour, which you can also adjust and control. The next way to apply patches is to create a regular layer on top of the generator. As you can see, this layer has picked up our generator, and at the top, there's a small preview sphere with the patch. Write in the comments how to enlarge this window because I personally don't know. If we take any brush and just click on the model, a patch appears. You can enlarge or rotate the brush to control the size and rotation of the patch. To get rid of the mask artifact, we also need to set the mask mode to opacity in the settings, as we did last time. Now the patch is applied perfectly, and in my opinion, this is a more convenient method of application than the previous one, but it has a downside. You cannot make adjustments in real time to see the result immediately on your 3D model. All we have left is to rely on the sphere preview and set the values you need. I just made a quick adjustment and simply slapped the patch on our model. In short, You can use any of these methods to create patches, whichever is more convenient for you. Personally, it's very important for me to inspect the model while texturing, so I prefer the first method as it suits my texturing style better. Okay, we've covered the basic functions. Let's change the model and go over stitch generation. For demonstrating the stitch parameters, I prepared this model of a bag and have already applied a patch. As you can see, under the main FT patch parameters, there's a stitches section, which allows you to adjust the stitches on your patches. The first parameter is a 90-degree rotation, which we'll return to a bit later. In the stitch color window, you can choose absolutely any color to set the mood for your patch. The next parameter, stitch opacity, controls the contrast of the stitches on the model, and stitch count allows you to add the number of stitches along all the edges of the patch, essentially automatically generating the number of stitches. With the stitch scale parameter, you can change the size of the stitches to create more casual patches for your projects. The stitch scale random parameter automatically changes the size of your stitches and helps give your patch a more unique look so the stitches don't look uniform. With the next two parameters, you can control the degree of compression and stretching of the threads, which helps to more accurately adjust the intersection of the stitches with the main fabric and set the stitches according to your preferences. The last two parameters add the ability to randomize compression and stretching to also add more uniqueness to your work. Let's scroll down and find the Stitch Custom Image button and enable it. This parameter allows you to add your custom image for your stitches if you don't particularly like the basic shape. I'll just add a random alpha from Substance Painter and just adjust it as needed. After all the generator parameters also respond to your image. Let's find some horizontal alpha, like this shape. And as you can see, the stitches are turned in the other direction. In this situation, the 90-degree stitch rotation parameter will help us. I think these settings are clear, so let's move on to the most fun part, and I'll show you some cool FT patch features. I prepared another model in the form of a pirate sail, which I also painted using FT diffuse and FT cloth. Let's just drag FT patch onto the model and immediately set the mask mode to opacity. Since I'm using another transparency channel for the sail, I just disable it in the generator so it doesn't interfere. To make it easier to place the patch, I change the UV warp mode from repeat to none to remove the annoying patch repetition. Then we just adjust the position and scale of the patch. Now I want to draw your attention to the three buttons at the very bottom of the generator. With these buttons, you can set your custom image for the threads, the patch shape itself, and replace the pattern for aging the patch texture. To change the patch to a custom one, I just click on Patch Custom Shape, and a window for our drawing appears just below. I pre-drew this simple skull shape in Photoshop and exported the drawing to Substance Painter. Okay, let's find it in the alpha section and just drag it into the slot of our FT patch generator. We immediately have a skull image as a patch, but it needs a little adjustment. The first thing I don't like is the generated threads. There are too many of them, and they don't generate very nicely on curved sections. So, I want to adjust these aspects a bit right away. To make your design less uniform, you can slightly distort it using the basic shape distortion parameters. Let's immediately paint the patch white, like on all pirate sails. Now I'm moving to the Wrinkles section. This section contains parameters for aging the fabric. The basic settings allow you to add semblances of folds along the edges of the patch to create some tension. The first Wrinkles parameter is responsible for the intensity and depth of the folds along the edges of the patch, and the next two parameters are the direction of the folds. With these parameters, you can add more volume to your patch and detail the overall visual. But if you press the Wrinkles Store Down Mode button, an advanced mode will open, allowing you to age your patches and set cool wear effects. Okay, let's go through this section in more detail. The first Wrinkles parameter allows you to increase the intensity of the damage, and with it, you can create holes in your patch and control the degree of wear. Since the damage system is built on lines, you can control the two Wrinkles X and Y parameters to manage the number of generated lines along two axes and create your custom damage pattern. With the next two parameters called tearing size X and Y, you can control the degree of tearing between the holes. These parameters conditionally help to set longer cuts on the patch, similar to damage from a knife or scissors cut. These two sliders also have additional parameters with the random suffix. This allows you to create cuts in a chaotic order so that your patch has a more unique damage appearance. The tearing scale parameter allows you to control the width of the cut to create wider lines, and scale random randomizes the width of these cuts. You should understand that these parameters work in conjunction, and to achieve the desired result, you need to adjust them comprehensively. Right now, I'm just trying to explain the logic of each parameter to make it easier for you to adjust your patches. Okay, moving on. The tearing position random parameter allows you to generate random line positions, and this lovely circle is responsible for rotating the entire pattern. I think you've already guessed that the next parameter, rotation random, rotates all the cuts randomly, and tearing mask random randomly removes some of the cuts. You can also go down the generator and add your custom design for damage generation. Now I want to quickly set up some minor damage and move on to the last parameters. Let's create a black mask for our generator and transfer the patch to the sail. I also want to draw eyes and a nose on our skull to make the patch design clearer. Nothing stops you from continuing to adjust your patch at all stages of generation. In my opinion, this is a very convenient feature that doesn't limit your work and creativity. I'm just making slight adjustments to the stitches and shape, and the patch adapts to each of my actions. Okay, let's return to our generator and go a little lower. This generator supports PBR texturing and also has additional settings for raft, skate, and metallic. This setup system was specially developed for FT Claw, and we liked it so much that we decided to add it to FT Patch. This is done because these two generators work in conjunction, so you don't waste time learning different parameter systems if you're working with both generators at once. Let's open the first balance system, and as you can see, there are basic settings for strength and intensity, as well as two sections for balance settings, separately for the patch and separately for the stitches. I didn't switch to the balance display mode because it's quite primitive and doesn't have built-in grunge. The same principle applies to the height and metallic channels settings. I agree, metallic looks rather strange on a patch, but we decided to add it just in case you want to make your patch look like an embroidered badge with metallic coating, or disable the stitches and use this generator to create stickers. FT Patch is truly a powerful tool that will assist in your work and speed up the process. And with a bit of imagination in generation, you can solve unconventional tasks. With this tool, you will be able to create various patches, stickers, and cool badges on clothing, props, and fabrics much faster. FT Patch is already available for purchase on all platforms: ArtStation, Flipit, Normal, and QBrush. I will leave all the links in the description of this video. And on our Discord server, Stylized Craft, I have created a unique promo code with a 15% discount on all IFT materials. Join our Stylized 3D community quickly, grab the promo code, and create stylized textures in Substance Painter using convenient stylized clues. Hurry up, the promo code will be limited. Well, I wish you creative success. Thank you for your support. This was Fred. See you soon.